something that has a fire. Get the brush! You're in some kind of transition world. Hurry, get the brush so we can... We need you, Mickey. Quake hit, and now we're... When you have the brush, Mickey, hurry! Wasteland needs you!
Mickey, you need to help us! Get the brush! Sending you to a place! Get the brush! You need to help us!
Mickey! You need to help us! Sending you to a place! Get the brush!
You need to help us!
You're just in the nick of time, Mickey. Wasteland is becoming inert again, and with all the damage from the earthquake. You're just in the nick of time, Mickey. Wasteland is becoming inert again, and with all the damage from the quake. Another aftershock, eh? Watch out! The floor's collapsing! Do you hear that? It sounds like... rumbling. Goodness, the machine hasn't any power. I know. A good stable shock should get it going again. This machine already has power. We should see about fixing the others. Spatters in the castle? They're not supposed to be here. Before we advance, we'll have to deal with them. Well, look what we have here. Oswald, take a gander at this. Falling down is no fun, is it? Well, try and try again. That's my motto. By Jove! I bet you two can get out of here by using that balcony. One of you should try tossing the other up there so you can look for a way out. Mickey, go over to Oswald and lob him up so he can do a bit of scouting. Either one of you can toss the other into the air by using the controller, like so. I'm pretty sure this gap is too wide for jumping. I know. You can work together to get across. Once Oswald jumps in the air, he can glide across. And Mickey, if you jump and grab onto his feet, both of you can travel to the other side together. Oswald, double jump to glide across that gap. Ha! That was close. Be careful. If you thin that, it'll likely damage the machine. If the machine gets power now, it's sure to overload. Oh dear. Hortensia, where are you going? Slow down. Well, look up there. Can you get onto that ledge? You know, if you have a friend who wishes to play, he can now join as Oswald by activating the second controller. Great work. By diverting the electricity up to the door, you were able to open a path to the courtyard. And look, the platforms on that machine in the center of the room. They've lowered as well. Let's use them to get out of here. The train isn't that far now. Oh, goodness. Just look at this place. Look at that. If you follow the cable, you'll see that it's sending power to the next machine. Oswald, you need to hit both electrodes on the machine at the same time. While Mickey pulls open the panel, try using your electrical blast. Activate the blast by lightly tapping the electricity button on the controller. This place is falling apart. It looks like both gears need to be spun in order to open the door. Mickey, you spin one, and Oswald can spin the other. Oswald, look over there. You should be able to shock that electrode. That'll bring the elevator to us. This lift will take us up to the lab, but it will require both of you to activate it. Get on either side of the turnstile, grab onto the handle, and walk forward to start turning it. That should move the lift up to the lab. That should clear the debris. Now let's leave this dangerous place. The train awaits. Stand under that balcony and toss him up to the door. Oswald, remember, your remote can fire electricity. What is that creature? Is it a blotworks? Oh dear. Poor Marcus was put on medical leave when he got stuck under the table. His cousin, Jamface, took over the projector duty in his absence. To make them friendly, fire paint at an enemy, or thinner to thin them out. You can also use your spin attack to knock them silly. Oh my! Well, that was convenient. Hop up there and let's get going. Look there, Oswald. The machine holding your remote has sunk into that thinner. If we're ever going to get your remote, we're going to have to get the machine working again. Use your boom armorang to hit the switch next to that light. That'll turn the power on in this room. Hold down the action button, move the cursor over the switch, and then let go. You got the power back on. Jolly good show. Now, use your boom armorang to get the remote. Not another one. Look! Oh dear! Mickey, that's the television we used to summon you to Wasteland. I don't know if we'll ever be able to fix it now. Come on, you two. We need to hurry. Oswald, if we're ever going to get out of here, you'll have to use your remote to get these machines working again. This won't do. The charge isn't going anywhere. You'll have to redirect the current to get this thing operating again. Try shocking the switch that's connected to the machine, and let's see if we can get it running. It's as easy as pointing your remote and activating Oswald's electricity. Oswald, try using your remote's electricity to stun that monstrosity. Once it's distracted, jump on the button on its head and see if you can get the blotling out of the cockpit. Egads, this place won't last much longer. Let's use that rubble to make our way to the train station. Don't forget, you can also log on to an enemy to keep them in your sights. Oswald, you're the only one who can hit it from here. That's it. Mickey, hurry and use your brush on the spatter while it's in the open. Just a minute, you two. If Oswald were to shock those fireworks, they'd ignite, correct? So, if we move them next to those rocks and lit them off, then just maybe... Be careful. That explosion could hurt someone. Hurry up, you two. Move those fireworks next to the rocks and give them a good shock. What are you waiting for? Come help him open this door so we can get out of here. There has to be some way to get this machine open. I know. Mickey, grab a hold of that handle over there and start pulling. It's no good, Oswald. You're going to have to use your electricity to hit both electrodes at the same time. Reinforcements incoming! Oswald, you have to use your boom armorang if you want to get your remote back. If we ever want to get out of here, we need to get all these machines activated again. Oswald, use your remote on those machines and let's get going. I guess you could say it's more like a boom armorang, eh? Hit the release button to let go of the handle. I think our first order of business is to get the projectors working again. Last I heard, Marcus was in Mean Street North. He'll know what to do. I think our first order of business is to get the projectors working again. Last I heard, Jamface was in Mean Street North. He'll know what to do. Do you want to drop inside Town Hall? I wonder what's wrong with Prescott. Why is he acting like this? Jamface should be on Mean Street North. We should check in with him to see how the repairs are coming along. Jumping Jiminy! The haberdasher won't like that, not one little bit. This building has seen better days. We'd best be careful. Do you want to board the train? There's the underground entrance I spoke of. But how are we supposed to reach it? Do you hear that? I bet this machine is tied to the haberdasher shop. Good show, Mickey. The haberdasher shop is running as smooth as silk. I expect he'll be very pleased, although it's hard to tell with him being mad and all. Well, I guess that's one way to get inside. Can't we go the other way? Oh dear! One wrong move and the building falls apart like a house of cards. Careful! Don't you see how the clamps are holding up that panel there? Watch out! Overloading it again will blow the whole thing sky high. Weren't you listening? If this tower takes any more damage, it'll last as long as a spatter in a thinner pool. Shall we visit Horace at the detective agency? Would you like to enter the Emporium? Shall we see what the haberdasher has to offer? Shall we see what the museum has on display? Do you wish to enter the observatory? Would you like to enter the town hall? Shall we go into the apartment? Well, shall we head out? Do you want to exit? Do you wish to leave? Let's move on, Oswald. Your boom armorang can't hit all of them at once. Good work, gentlemen. The last bunny child is now safe and sound. Let's be off. We have to locate the underground entrance. Well, it's nice to see things patched up a bit after all that damage. Gremlin Jamface will be overseeing repairs on the north side of Mean Street, and the underground is the only way over there. I seem to recall an entrance somewhere above the haberdasher shop. Let's talk to him and see what he knows. Oh, but I'm afraid the haberdasher is a bit mad, so watch your step with him. Mickey, let's try and help him while we look for that entrance to the underground. Ah, there's the fuse box. Although it might need a bit of electricity before we can turn it on. The machine's not responding. I wonder what it does. That fuse box looks like it needs a little more paint before you can power it up with Oswald's electricity. We've found the entrance to the underground. good show. We need to stop lollygagging about. Jamface is waiting for us on Mean Street North. Let's see. The underground will take us to Mean Street North. And from there, the projector will take us to Bog Easy. Then, hopefully, Ghost Ian will know where to find Prescott. Shall we enter the underground? You know the drill, Mickey. The underground will take us right to the Ventureland projector on Mean Street North. I wonder what Prescott was hiding in Ventureland. It's all so worrisome. That's odd. I wonder where all the gremlins have gone. I simply cannot understand why Prescott turned against us. If we head over to Mean Street North again, we'll find the projector to Bog Easy. We may have put an end to Prescott's scheming, but that doesn't mean Wasteland is safe. We need to make our way to Ventureland and uncover what he was hiding. All the projectors went down with the quake, but Gremlin Jamface is working hard on getting them in tip-top shape once more. That's odd. The substation is back online, but this projector still isn't active. I'll have Jamface look at it when he gets a chance. You know, there's always Clarabelle, if you think she'd be interested. If you paint in your surroundings, the pool will change to paint. Likewise, thinning the toon around it should change it to thinner. I haven't seen one since the thinner disaster. Legend says they're created from both paint and thinner. It's a guardian pool. That's the ticket, Mickey. Clarabelle will be a wonderful assistant for Horace. Copernicus is thrilled with his items. Good work, Mickey. The cart was stopped right in its tracks. It won't be going anywhere while the pool is like that. The haberdasher should be able to help us find a way into the underground. This lift goes up to the observatory, where a tireless search continues for the link between the cartoon world and Wasteland. Oh dear. The quake damaged the lift. We should come back later, after Jamface takes a look at it. As you can see, Mickey, there have been quite a few changes to Mean Street since your last visit. Even before the quake started, we gremlins were modifying the town as we repaired the damage done by the blot. We gremlins installed this trash compactor to help us deal with all the debris scattered across Mean Street. Unfortunately, now it looks like it may be damaged beyond repair. Gremlin Jamface had this paint tower built to help us maintain the toon around town. A lot of the modified structures could have got us into the underground, but the quake took them out of commission. I know we're in a hurry, but it might be good to check on the folks in town and make sure they're all right. Big Bad Pete should be in the town hall over by the train station. He may not be happy to see us, but we should still check in. The Emporium was damaged rather badly by the quake. Let's make sure the shop owner is doing all right. Let's see. Since the quake struck, Horace has had a heavy volume of cases. He might need our assistance. The museum was also damaged quite severely. You can speak to Lauralee, the curator, if you want to help her out. Now that his shop has power again, we ought to check on the haberdasher and see how things are. We should get an update on repairs from the Gremlin over by that guardian pool. This pool will cause guardians to appear that you can then collect. Well, it's gotten worse since the main quake. All the aftershocks have caused the thinner to come up, and the buildings to crumble even more. That Horace, he's always so stubborn. Let's hold on to this note until we can convince him otherwise. It's another elevator. Remember, it takes both of you to operate it. Let's head over and see what we can do for him. And we should keep our eyes out for others on our travels. Shouldn't we free the Gremlin before we leave? The underground. It's used for maintenance under Mean Street. Oh my! The quake really did a number on this one, didn't it? Well, to reach the elevator to Mean Street North, you'll have to cross that chasm. Oswald should be able to navigate those wind currents with his glide. Watch out for the drop wing, Mickey. We can reach the surface again by stepping into that transport tube. My, that was fascinating. But where do we go from here? I know. We can use these tubes to go to the surface, or we can explore the underground. The choice is yours. Both gears need to be spun in order to open this door. Teamwork is the key. Oh, look! This is one of the turbines that sent power to the other parts of Wasteland. They are not connected to the other areas now. They merely serve as a ventilation system for Mean Streets. Here's another turbine. I assume we can connect it like the first one. Not only does it spit thinner, but it'll pick you up if you get too close. I say we take the transport tubes to Mean Street South. Shall we take the transport tubes to Mean Street North? Be careful with those fireworks. Oh, look, it's one of the long-lost Gremlin vaults. I think it was Gremlin Barry who first built it, way back in the day. You'll need to use paint or thinner to open it, Mickey. Ah, look, it's another vault door. We should try opening both and see what happens. What an odd malfunction. The treasure should stop spinning if we open both vault doors. And, as luck would have it, that should also allow us to enter. Ah, it seems that some of the generators for Mean Street broke loose in the quake. See that one over there? If Oswald hits it with electricity, the device will hover. Then hit it with paint or electricity to move it. I think the generator receiving base is behind that huge fan in the wall. It looks like more of the generators were disturbed in the quake. Once again, Oswald, you'll need to use electricity on the generator to make it hover. Then, move it over to the generator receiving base to open the door. We may need to slow those turning platforms to make it easier. Would you like to teleport to the construction area? Shall we enter the penny arcade? Do you want to go into the camera shop? Ah, can I interest you in a visit to the cinema? If you wish, you can enter the ice cream shop. Care to enter the pin trader shop? Shall we go into the underground elevator? Oswald, that looks dangerous! I don't think the structure can stand it much longer. I do believe that machine is dangerous, Mickey. Would you look at that? It's another transport tube. Is that the new power supply Jamface asked for? I suggest we take it to him. We should speak with Jamface over by the Walt statue. Do be careful, Mickey. All that thinning has collapsed the wall. Don't say I didn't warn you, Mickey. Well, at least that cleared the tunnel. The substation is in Rainbow Caverns, one of the first attractions built in Wasteland. The shop is closed. Let's try again later, when the owner has returned. The final showdown with the Mad Doctor. Do you want to experience it one more time? We call them the DEC. If we take them over to Oztown and ask Prescott, he'll know how bad things are, and how to get to the caverns. The fight with Prescott's machine. Shall we take it on again? I believe this building is rather unstable. Actually, we're here to fix the projectors. Do you know what happened to them? Shall we experience the dreaded Blotworks dragon again? Mickey, the DEC entrance is on the floor right over there. We need to find out what broke the projectors. Ha! You fixed the air conditioner. Let's head back to Paulie and make sure his ice cream didn't cause a flood. Now that you have a camera, let's use it, shall we? Go to the correct view by pressing the button you see on the screen. Then you can look around and hit the action button when you have the tower lined up. If you wish to zoom, use the appropriate controls displayed on the screen. Now, it's time to free your inner photographer. Try again. Make sure Oswald is in the center of your camera view. Marvelous photo! To view your current pictures, go to the main menu. When your film canister is full, you can return to Adele to save the photos. Now, let's go find those picture spots. The projectors have power. That means we can use them to travel to other areas of Wasteland. Just activate a projector and you'll travel to distant lands. Be careful, though. The films we travel can be dangerous. Wait, Mickey. The DEC entrance is on the floor. We should head to Oztown. If we head down into the windmill, we'll be able to brave the DEC. Goodness, Mickey, we have enough metal. Let's go speak with Jamface. We fixed this fuse box. I didn't even know it was broken. We should tell the usher over in the cinema that fixed the fuse box. Let's go back down to the usher and let him know. Good photo, even if the control tower is destroyed. That's a top-notch photo of the restored control tower. A photo of the large pool in a thinner state. Oh, I see. A photo of the large pool in a paint state. Oh, goodness. It's a photo of the large pool in a neutral state. What a wonderful picture of the Blot Alley inkwell. And it's even full of indelible ink. Why, that's a brilliant picture of the Blot Alley inkwell. And I see it's full of invisible ink. Or maybe I don't see. Ha! Well done. You took a photo of the generator you helped repair. I see you took a photo of the destroyed generator. Interesting choice. There's not much left of the square, but Adele wasn't picky. A photo of the square, all restored to its former glory. Well, that's a very nice photo of the thinner pool next to Club 13. You've done so much here. That's a marvelous photo of the paint pool next to Club 13. You've really made a difference around here. Goodness, the float yard toon legs are all thinned out. How sad. The toon legs, and they're all painted in. What a perfect place to take a picture. The toon chasm is all thinned out. but still, it makes for a good photo. A photo of the restored Toon Chasm would look quite grand on a mantelpiece, don't you think? You got a shot of the Guardian pools overflowing with thinner. Fascinating, isn't it? You got a shot of the Guardian pools overflowing with paint. Good show. A photo of the destroyed saloon. How sad. Ah, a photo of the restored saloon. My, it looks so nice. Perhaps I should open a restaurant there someday. A photo of the broken cannons. Well, they do make a nice picture. What a wonderful photo of the fort. And with all the cannons working as well. It's sad to see all the trees down like that. But at least the picture came out well. That's an excellent photograph of the forest, with all the trees standing tall. That's an interesting picture of the angel. Adele should enjoy it, even if it is missing quite a bit of Toon. What a marvellous picture of the fully restored angel. Now that's a good shot of the storm blot, all restored to its former glory. The substation is in Rainbow Caverns, one of the first rides built in Wasteland. Anvils are extremely versatile. They'll remove opponents, trigger pressure plates, and even help you climb to upper reaches. The watch makes time move as slow as molasses. Distract your enemies with the wonders of TV. Shall we enter the elevator to Oztown? Do you wish to enter the elevator to Main Street North? This elevator will take us up to Rainbow Falls. Shall we? Shall we go to Rainbow Caverns? Should we enter the elevator to Disney Gulch? Would you like to enter the elevator to Fort Wasteland? Shall we enter the elevator to the float yard? Should we proceed through the DEC to the fort in Disney Gulch? Mickey, the TV sketches can be used to activate the charging stations around Wasteland. Let's try and get all three of those pipes to fire at the same time. Ah, the fairy sketch. Just think happy thoughts. That's my motto. Use a fairy sketch on a large object, or even an enemy, to make them float. You can then hit it with paint or electricity to send it spinning. Ha! But be careful. Thinner will cancel the effect. Use the Cycle Sketch button to choose the fairy sketch, and the Car Sketch button to use it. Of course, like all sketches, once you use it, it disappears. Like all sketches, once you find one, you can use it whenever you wish. I think that's one of the hidden Mickeys Seth was telling us about. That ought to be enough photos for Seth. We should swing back and speak to him. Why, I think that's one of the hidden Oswalds. Another grand photo for the collection. This must be one of the telephone boxes Practical Pig spoke of. Let's paint it in, shall we? Isn't that one of the telephone boxes Practical Pig mentioned? You should paint it in, Mickey. I think this is the last phone box we need. Practical Pig should be very pleased. I wonder who's in charge of these telephone boxes. This telephone box looks to be important, wouldn't you say? My goodness, this would make a wonderful photo for Daisy's news story. I bet Daisy would be interested in seeing this. My, this is just the photo Jack Kelly wanted, isn't it? You know, Daisy or Jack Kelly could really use this photo for their story. This looks like a photo Rigger Green might be interested in. I think Rigger Green is going to enjoy that picture. Ah, this appears to be the photo Rigger Green asked for. What a marvellous photo! Let's bring it back to Moody. Brilliant photo, Mickey. Let's see what Moody has to say. Would you look at that? You certainly have wonderful picture-taking skills. Let's go show Moody. That would look rather charming hanging on Metairee's wall. Nice work. Let's take this photo back to Kip and see what he says. I believe Kip would be very pleased with this. Ah, a bit of cloth, eh? We should take this to the haberdasher and see what he can do with it. Good show. A bit of cloth. We should hang on to it for later. Now, this is an odd little item. It seems to be neither Toon nor inert. Is this the item that fell from the sky? We should probably bring it back with us. I say, this is one of those objects Copernicus spoke of. Let's bring it back to him. Goodness, I think this is one of those observatory items. I think we've found all the rambunctious little bunny children, at least in this area. What do you suppose that's about? How do you suppose we get past this? Now, how can we get across? Dash it all, our path is blocked. Shall we find another way around? It seems there are two ways to go about this. There must be another way to solve this perplexing puzzle. Well, that isn't very constructive. but I guess it worked. Don't forget, you can use a guardian by following the directions on your screen. Splendid! Only one more to go. Thank you so much, Mickey. That's where we need to go. You did it. Nicely done, Mickey. Let's look around, shall we? We should look for a way out. Maybe spinning this valve will help. Perhaps repairing this pipe will help. Look over there. There has to be something around here that could help. Maybe there's some tune around here that needs painting. How do you suppose we get up there? How do you think we get down there? Now, this is something. It should be very useful. 2 more to go. 3 more to go. Only 4 more. Only 5 more before we're finished. Ha-ha! That's all of them. Nice photo, but it isn't quite what we need. You should try again. The projector screen appears to be inactive. Perhaps we should look for another way. You can slow Beetleworks down with a stream of paint. Then you can move around them and take out their armor shell with thinner. Finally, use your spin move on them when they flip over. Oh dear! That looks like a caged gremlin over there. This door seems to be locked. How rude. Someone thought this was important enough to put it in a chest. You should hang on to it. Follow the instructions on the screen, and I will lead you to your goal. Here's something rather nice for you. I'd say you've earned it. Hold down the paint or thinner button in order to fire a steady stream of, paint or thinner, obviously. Your paint or thinner capacity can change based on how you deal with important folks here in Wasteland. Since you're new to Wasteland, you should refer to your map. You can always access the map by going to the pause menu and pressing the appropriate button. That thinned-out gear looks like it could use a little paint, Mickey. You just got a quest. There are lots of quests for someone like you in Wasteland. You can see your quests whenever you like by going to the pause menu. If you wish to center the camera, press the appropriate button. Using the appropriate button will allow you to look more closely at your environment. Activate your spin move by following the directions on the screen. The spin move can knock back and even stun some opponents. It's also good at breaking objects. Ha ha! Do you wish to enter the projector to Mean Street South? Would you like to enter the projector to Fort Wasteland? Do you want to enter the projector to Prescott's Arena? Shall we enter the projector to Autotopia? Do you wish to enter the projector to the Mad Doctor's lab? Do you wish to enter the DEC? Shall we visit Disney Gulch? Should we head to Oztown? Shall we head into Bog Easy? Let's head into the wilds of Ventureland. What do you say? The way is open to the train tunnels. Shall we? Shall we head into the gloom of Blot Alley? How about a visit to Mean Street North? Would you like to travel to the float yard? Shall we travel back to the train tunnels? Well, look at that. The door's locked. In my day, folks didn't go around locking their doors. Would you like to enter the building? This projector screen doesn't work. Gremlin Jamface is the one in charge of keeping these running. My word, that is a magnificent photo. Adele will be pleased. Would you like to enter the projector? You found it. My word, that looks dangerous. Ha ha! That looks just like you, Mickey. Why, that looks just like you, Oswald. Shall we exit? My, I believe you have all the pins you need to awaken one of the spirits of Wasteland. Let's head back to the museum and see. The e-ticket, as I'm sure you recall, is the currency here in Wasteland. Gremlins and other toons can use scrap metal to help rebuild Wasteland, so I'd hold on to it if I were you. Ah, a generic pin. There's a pin trader in Mean Street North who loves trading these. The perfect location and the perfect photo. Bravo! That was a great spot to take the photo, Mickey. You took this picture from the perfect position. The next time we're on Mean Street South, we should drop by the museum to see what the spirit has to offer. Look at that! Well, that's odd, isn't it? How lovely! How awful! Let's go. Come now, Mickey. Let's be off. That could use some paint. I think there's something behind that. You might want to thin it out and see. Be careful! Watch out! Maybe we should talk to that toon. There's something under there. That's a shock point. But where is Oswald? That doesn't look very safe. We should tread carefully around here. Watch out for that blotling. I don't think that's such a good idea. Oh, what are you doing? You did the right thing, Mickey. What's that noise? That's a wonderful picture. You're a natural. Maybe you two could glide across together. Look up there. What is that? Don't forget to check your quest screen from time to time. Both of you must work together to solve this problem. This looks like a job for Oswald's remote. Oswald, try to reprogram the Beetleworks. Oswald, use your electricity to stun those dreadful Beetleworks. That's a sketch. Ah, yes, I remember how to use those. You've probably noticed that the projectors have been upgraded since your last visit. Spin the gear to determine how you want to travel through the film inside the projector. The signs will show which path you wish to travel. The paths hold different hidden treasures, so choose wisely. I bet some fireworks could be used to get us past that pesky obstacle. Why don't we use a sketch on that thing? Oswald, we could use some electricity there. What is that? Quick, over there! My, would you look at that? The blotworks dropped some scrap metal. Hurry, Mickey! Fill up the tanks with paint or thinner. Jolly good show, Mickey! Splendid! Goodness, we have company. Sadly, the projector for Tomorrow City was damaged beyond repair in the quake. I suppose Adele will like it. Let's bring it back to Adele, shall we? That's it for the telephone boxes in this area. Look over there! It's a trapped gremlin! Mickey, the enemies are defeated and the heroes have won. I know you still have quests to complete and adventures to have. However, if you ever wish to leave Wasteland and return to the cartoon world, just visit the World TV at the Walt statue. However, if you ever wish to leave Wasteland and return to the cartoon world, just visit the World TV inside the Mad Doctor's attic. In fact, if you return to the cartoon world, you might be able to experience this adventure again, except this time with different choices. You've already taken that exact photo, Mickey. We should look for others. Here, look over here. I believe we're supposed to go this way. Over here, Mickey. This way. Would you like to travel back to the Mean Street Cinema? Are you sure? Be careful, Mickey. There aren't enough air currents for you to glide along with Oswald. You found the statue pieces. Good show. Bring them to the transport tubes, and they'll be taken right up. Oswald, use your electricity to slow the spinning. Shock the hand, Oswald. That'll stun it. The thinner is rising. Hurry! Wait, this will take a bit. If we check back later, I'm sure the task will be finished. Would you like to visit Clarabelle's garden? Ah, Clarabelle's house. Always makes me feel at home. Do you want to go inside? Do you want to enter the gag factory? Would you like to go to Mean Street North? Home is where the heart is, eh, Mickey? Shall we enter? Do you want to go into Moody's house? The lovely Hortensia. Shall we go inside her home? Shall we leave? Shall we be off? Would you look at that? The quake really did a number on poor Oztown. It looks like a giant sinkhole swallowed up most of the square. Oh my, even the Oswald fountain is missing. It must have fallen into the pool. With the pool lowered, let's go talk to Prescott. I hope his mood has brightened a bit. Well, the thinner is lower, but the results are catastrophic. Just look at Oswald's statue, not to mention poor Clarabelle and Hortensia's homes. Well, fiddle-me-dee, this must be the fiddle that Practical Pig spoke of. I wonder what Stradivarius means. Poor Moody. He used to be so happy here in Oztown. But now he's gone and forgotten why. I do wish there was a way to jog his memory. Wait, I know what to do. If we take photos of his favourite things, he might remember how much he loved it here. He mentioned having a house of blue, so we might want to start there. Oh, and we might also want to speak to the pirate leaning against that wall. His name is Rigger Green, and he's Moody's cousin, I believe. He might be able to help. I wonder if we could use the Mickey head to get back the Oswald head somehow. Would you like to enter the DEC to Mean Street North? Do you want to enter the DEC to Rainbow Falls? I believe that's the last photo Rigger Green wanted. A bundle of fireworks. Remember, Oswald simply needs to hit it with electricity to set it off. Dangerous how it's lying around, though. I'll have to speak with Prescott about that when we're finished. That's an access port. A lot of machines in Wasteland use them now for easy access to their programming. In fact, I can modify Oswald's remote so he can reprogram these machines. There we go. To begin, Oswald needs only to fire electricity at the access point. Good. Now follow the instructions on the screen to calibrate Oswald's remote. That's the way. You simply press the action button to reprogram the machine. You did it. Great work, Oswald. You almost made it. Why don't you give it another try? Not interested, eh? Well, you can always try again later. Interesting. A beetle works, laid low by mysterious means. Oswald, you could reprogram it to help us. Even if it was our enemy, your remote would bring it to our side. Look! The pieces of Oswald's statue! They're being swept down along with the thinner. I wonder where they'll end up. Perhaps we can search for them when more of the thinner has been pumped out. Ah! Some pieces of the statue! Let's retrieve them, shall we? Now, where has the head of that statue got to? I say, that piece of Mickey junk almost looks like it could do the job. Clarabelle's garden. It was her pride and joy. And now, look, ruined by the quake. If we can, we should try to bring some life back to it. But what in the world would grow here now? You used your fairy sketch. Now use paint, and what floats shall move. Quickly, Mickey, use paint before the magic wears off. I'd suggest you use paint on the item, Mickey. Mickey, isn't that your house being sprayed with thinner? We should consult with Goofy and see what can be done. Mickey, you did well. Once again, Moody is going to be a fine, upstanding citizen. I certainly am glad we brought all of them home. Hortensia does know what's best. Flower spatters, eh? Seems odd, but they appear to be happy enough. Please, you better hurry. Your brothers are waiting, and I'm afraid we'll be here all day otherwise. Ooh. Not long ago, I found poor Telephone's pieces scattered all over Oztown. Never did get the whole story on what happened to it. This projector leads to the angel side of Rainbow Caverns. Shall we? This DEC leads right to the devil side of Rainbow Caverns. Would you like to visit? Look here. That's an inkwell, full of invisible ink. We should investigate at once. Well, look at that. Jamface told me he used the eye in his new security system, but it seems to be malfunctioning. If the eye sees you, the door will close. Oh, if only we could be invisible. Wait! I know! We could use the inkwell. Ha-ha! The invisible ink is slippery, so if you move too fast or double jump, it will slide right off. Now, if we use the invisible ink in the inkwell, we can sneak right past the eye. I see you figured it out. Or should I say, I don't see how you figured it out. Ha-ha! Goodness, there's something behind those falls. The falls are an obstacle, but one we could surmount if we had indelible ink. Indelible ink would certainly help us get past those falls. If the toon around an inkwell is all thinned out, it will fill with indelible ink. The ink is as hard as a lobster's shell. Even thinner will slide off. Do be careful, however. The shell breaks apart as you move. Oh, and one last thing. The shell is tough, but even that can't last against the might of an enemy's attack. If you're hit too many times, the shell will break apart. But at least it will give you time to catch your breath. Look, a sweeper. I'm sure you remember them. Beware their thinner attack. It'll knock you back if it hits you. Well, the way forward is now easier to traverse. But the way back is thinned out. Why, look at that! The pipe connected quite well. That's a good step in the right direction. But we need to follow Pete's instructions too. You know, that might not have been such a good idea. I do think that fan is important. Good show. You shut off the valve. That'll certainly help. Let's go see what else needs fixing, shall we? Shall we travel through the DEC to Oztown? My, you took a picture of the falls with all the pipes thinned out. Looks a bit sparse, doesn't it? Why, that's a fantastic photo of the falls. And they're working perfectly. Goodness, it's the projector substation. You see those falls? They power the machine. It looks like the funnels that draw power from the falls aren't operating. See if you can use this device to get them running again. We could ask you the same question, Small Pete. Head to the overlook by the falls and see if you can find the problem. If we paint in the toon around an inkwell, it fills with invisible ink. Jumping into the invisible ink will make you invisible. Seems rather obvious when I say it out loud. The Devil and Angel Caverns, one of the first attractions built in Wasteland. The caverns themselves weren't built by Oswald, and we don't know how they were formed. But they should lead us directly to Disney Gulch. Beneath those statues live the 7 sisters, spirits who watch over the citizens of Wasteland. Maybe they can help us reach the other side. In order to reach the other side, it looks like both you and Oswald will have to work together. The Mad Doctor built all these furnaces a long time ago to convert all this heat into energy for Wasteland. Look, the Guardian Pool is changing. This small Guardian Pool is in a paint state, but the Guardians are trapped. I know. Thinning those toon cacti should release the Guardians. And I do believe painting in toon will do it as well. You attracted a Guardian. To launch Guardians at nearby enemies, use the controller like so. Now, try using a Guardian on that spatter up on the rock. You can always come back and pick up more. Oh, it looks like that spatter is keeping the battery sphere in place. We should retrieve the sphere for the train, but he's too far away for your brush. However, he's not too far for a Guardian. The Guardian pool should be able to attract one. I wouldn't bother using paint on the boulder, Mickey. It's too far. This Guardian pool is in a thinner state. I wonder if that's what's keeping the saloon door closed. Maybe the doors will open if you paint in the front. Remember, the more objects you paint, the more paint Guardians you can acquire. The more objects you thin, the more a thinner Guardian will be attracted to you. I'm not sure I would do that if I were you. Those supports look mighty unstable. This is one of those battery spheres the Mad Doctor spoke of. We should bring it over to the receptacle by the train. Before the train can move, you need to paint in those connectors, Mickey. Be careful with the thinner, Mickey. Too much will unhitch the train cars. The train won't move simply because you wish it. You need a battery sphere before we can go on. Are you ready to leave? Shall we travel to the Mad Doctor's lab? There are more spheres we could bring. Do you want to head to the Mad Doctor's lab? There is still one more sphere we could bring along. Head to the train engine when you're ready to leave. The train is as full as a gremlin at a clam bake. Shall we be off? There are Guardians inside that water tower. But how do we release them? Gracious Mickey, the Guardian pool changed to thinner and thinned out the base of the water tower. Fascinating. You can't thin the base out while the Guardian pool is in its paint state. But if you thin items around the pool, it should shift the pool back to thinner. How marvellous! That sphere restored power to the last part of the bridge. The bridge is fully restored. And look, that contraption is opening up. Brilliant. The bridge is working again. What a marvellous piece of technology. Goodness gracious, would you look at that? It appears to be another entrance to the Mad Doctor's lab. Socks? What socks? You don't have any socks. Now, please, Practical Pig needs you to return to Ventureland for practice. Yes, except your brother needs you back now. And we'll be here all day otherwise. You can't get the battery sphere that way, Mickey. I suggest you try another tactic. We could leave, but there is room for more spheres. We might want to retrieve the others. The Mad Doctor obviously created them for a reason. Well, after you beat the blot, the thinner seas went away and left all this junk behind. This machine appears to be connected to the Jiminy Head. Good show! It seems the extra spheres we brought have provided additional power to the bridge. That sphere is in position. Shall we hunt the last one down as well? If we had more spheres, we could restore power to the rest of the bridge. Once the Guardians appear, you can collect them by simply getting close. My goodness, his armor appears to be toon. Is that toon on his armor? Do be careful, Mickey. The dragon could thin the way again. My word, this whole area is unstable. Mean Street is above us somewhere. I do hope it'll be okay. Projectiles incoming! Button down the hatches! Incoming artillery! There's only one more pillar left before the roof collapses. We've got company. We should check with Jamface and see if Mean Street was affected by the quake. That dragon certainly was a nasty beast, wasn't it? Yes, but Prescott loves working on the projectors. He'd never destroy them on purpose. Actually, I checked in on him just a few moments ago, but couldn't find him. Come to think of it, Marcus mentioned that Prescott has some projects over in Blot Alley. Actually, I checked in on him just a few moments ago, but couldn't find him. Come to think of it, Jamface mentioned that Prescott has some projects over in Blot Alley. Actually, I checked in on him just a few moments ago, but couldn't find him. Come to think of it, Jamface mentioned that Prescott has some projects over in Blot Alley. To get there, we'll need to talk to Ghost Ian first. He's the self-appointed caretaker of Blot Alley and the spatters that live there. The door is jammed open. Just thin out the eye, and it should break the machine. Good work. You disable the replicators. Now, let's deal with the rest of these villains so we can move on. My, you made all the Beetleworks friendly. Just disable the replicators and everything will be safe. Jolly good show, you two. The villains are taken care of. Ian usually likes to haunt the Old Town area of Bog Easy. I'd look there first. Oh dear, Metairie needs our help. Let's go teach those ruffians a lesson. We can look for Ghost Ian after we help her. We could leave, but those beetleworks will continue to cause havoc. Shouldn't we do something? I know that I wouldn't be too happy if you left me to those beetleworks. I'm sure the train conductor will be relieved. Look here. I'm sure Ian will help us find a way to Blot Alley. Do you wish to go on the ferry boat? Ah, now this is Gremlin technology at its finest. Shall we enter the forge? Let's go say hello to Lewis, shall we? Would you like to go in? Do you want to go into the magic shop? Would you like to go into the shop? Shall we head back out to the bog? Shall we head back outside? Donald's running very late. We should go speak with Gremlin Sparks immediately. Hopefully Donald will be okay. This bunny hat seems peculiar. I wonder where the owner is hiding. I'm curious. Who does this hat belong to? Bertrand will be happy that we're making progress. There must be more of these somewhere. I think that's all of them. Let's go speak with Bertrand. He should be happy to see these. Are you sure you want to leave now? That'll make Donald even later for his date with Daisy. From what I recall, Gremlin Sparks is in charge of repairing this building. We should try and find him if we want to use it. You can thin it out, Mickey, if we can keep the door open long enough. The forge is still locked. Sparks should be in. Maybe we should look for him. Well, I'll be. The fiend is friendly now. The support is Toon. Thinning it out would at least get the roof open. But that might bring the entire thing down on our heads. There's another one. The owner of these hats might not be too happy about us breaking all of them. Looks like it's powered up. Let's go see what Sparks can do. Let's disable the machine so it doesn't happen again. Sparks said something about a Toon hatch, Mickey. If I know Gremlin tech, I'm certain it's attached to the roof support. Would you look at that? The eye in the replicator looks to be powering the machine. Ha! Looks like a trapdoor into the shanty shop. I think that helped. Let's go speak with the train conductor. Look at that. Using the TV has powered up the train station. Still, I wonder where the train conductor is. Well, I'll be. Reprogramming that access port made all the beetleworks friendly. Impressive. Hey, look, there's Ian. He's going through that wall. It must lead to Blot Alley. Goodness, another one dealt with. The train conductor will be happy. The train conductor will certainly appreciate this. Who knows, maybe the beetleworks will even help repair the station. Look at all of them. Let's deal with that Beetleworks replicator quickly. Let's deal with that nasty Beetleworks replicator. Then the train conductor will be safe. Let's just dispatch the rest of these enemies, so the train conductor will be safe. But how on earth do we pass through? Oh dear, it's another Beetleworks replicator. We need to get through that wall. Wait a minute. The Beetleworks can help us. We just need to reprogram them. Or we could try and destroy the wall. Search the area and see what you can find. Well done, Mickey. The replicator is disabled. They're all friendly again. Let's see if they'll help with the wall. Now, about that wall. We should search around and see what we can find to destroy it. Mickey, it's the old boathouse. Those nasty gators need to stay inside. So make sure you pull the levers and close the doors behind you. I do hope they enjoy singing together. Well done, Mickey. Metairie seems rather happy in her new home. Nicely done, Mickey. There's a gate over there. But how do we get through? There must be another way. See those bells? If that spatter spots us, he'll ring one of them, and, well, nothing good can come of that. Make sure you deal with him before he decides to chime your arrival. Great jumping Jiminy! One of them saw you! We need to hide! Quickly, Mickey! Hide! Before that spatter figures out who you are! One of the spatters noticed us! Quickly! Before he rings the panic bell! That panic bell will put us in a nasty spot! Stop him! Why would you do such a thing? Here they come! I can't possibly understand why you would go looking for trouble. One of them has reached the bell. We must be ready. See those spladooshes, Mickey? If you wake them up, they'll explode. So try to move slowly when approaching them. Aha! Club 13. Shall we announce ourselves by ringing the doorbell? Mickey! Oswald! You can't just leave that Blotworks here. Ho-ho! This must be one of the teddy bear pieces. It looks like a piece of that poor bear. Tedworth will be glad we found it. Perhaps he can find out who it belongs to. He is a detective, after all. Neither paint nor thinner seems to hurt these monstrosities. I wonder what this bear is for. I guess we could just give it to Horace. Looks like you found them all, Mickey. Maybe that staircase leads somewhere. We should be more careful. Ian might get upset if we keep causing a ruckus. Well now, Ian should be happy. Ha! Ian didn't mention anything about painting in the blotlings, and we are making them friendly. Keep up the good work. My, that was close. Hopefully Ian doesn't find out that we disturbed these blotlings. What a marvellous contraption! Shock the gate, and the key will rotate in the correct direction. Then drag the key over to the gate, and voila! It seems the train tunnels were damaged in the quake. I hope the dioramas are still traversable. You know, Mickey, these depict your greatest battles during your last visit to Wasteland. What a truly magnificent piece of work. Let's see if we can get it running again. Oh, look! A diagram of the malfunctioning parts is being displayed on that monitor. That looks like security footage from the floatyard. But why are the Beetleworks replicators there? That seems odd. The door to the next diorama is opening. Look at that. There are markings on a wall in the back right corner of the room. We should check it out. It looks like the exit is clear. Although it is a shame that it comes at the expense of the diorama, the destruction of the clock tower hasn't done Abe any favours, I'm afraid. If we wish to see Abe restored, we should be more careful in the other dioramas. It appears the next diorama is based on the Mad Doctor's attic. Let us go investigate the extent of the damage. Well done! Shall we move on? It looks like a tougher version of the blotworks we encountered earlier. Let's deal with it quickly. This is odd. Look at all these parts. Prescott must have been building something enormous. But what could it be? There are more storage areas in the next diorama. I wonder what Prescott is using them for. Mickey, the next room represents your fight against the blot. Hopefully you can get all the malfunctioning pieces taken care of. I'm not sure there's much we can do for poor Abe at this point. Either way, we'll have to address the next diorama if we want to find the gulch. Poor Abe is extremely unbalanced at the moment. Your actions in the next room will determine if he can be salvaged or not. Dear, oh dear, it looks like we damaged Abe's core. I hope he's okay. Despite our restoration in this room, it looks like Abe isn't faring too well. The way is open, however. Mickey! These look like the fireworks control towers you used to defeat the blot the last time you were in Wasteland. It appears you need to line them up again. The transport tubes have power. Let's head into the next diorama and see what awaits. That's interesting. It's not normal for this machine to access security cameras in the floatyard. Ah, well, we'd best go find out what Prescott is up to now. It's the entrance to the train dioramas. Prescott built it after the thinner receded, to celebrate your victories against the evil minions of the blot. Looks like the quake did considerable damage to the dioramas, and now the whole system's unstable. We can either repair or take the damaged areas of each diorama offline. It would be nice to see these running again, wouldn't it? This looks like security footage from the floatyard. The two systems must be connected. And this one shut down when Abe malfunctioned. I don't know what Prescott is doing, but we need to be careful. Poor fellow. Destroying the broken areas put too much of a strain on his system. I'll take him offline for now. Good shot of the Mad Doctor's snow globe, even if it is nothing but a pile of rubble now. That's quite a picture of the restored snow globe. Simply marvellous. A fully restored clock tower. Wonderfully shot, Mickey. There are ways to shut the parts off. But then the diorama wouldn't be as lively. These tubes are used as high-speed transportation around the dioramas. It appears this one will remain locked until we wrap up here. I'm pretty sure that's not how the arms should be moving. It looks like the electricity powering the arms is exposed. That might be part of the problem. Is there something you can do to fix the clock tower's face? The tune that's holding up the clock tower's face looks overextended. Look up there in the rafters. I wonder if you could fix anything from that vantage point. I believe you'll need to climb up to the rafters to attempt any repairs on the Mad Doctor's snow globe. That Beetleworks cutout prop is having a hard time entering the replicators. Maybe you could find a way to shut off the Beetleworks cutout instead of fixing the door. That gap in the track has stopped the cart from moving. The track junction isn't aligned properly, and it seems the maintenance shaft has collapsed into thinner. That blot prop has really sprung out of place. Ha-ha! You should find a way to crank the blot piece back down into its correct position. The flying blot looks like it's stuck. I wonder what's keeping the flying blot from moving. When you first faced the blot, you used the towers to launch fireworks at him, correct? Dear me, it looks like the fireworks on the towers have shifted out of position. Try lining them up again. My, that clock tower has seen better days. Good photo of it, though. The storm blot has seen better days. But still a good photo. We need to be on the lookout for a way into those rooms. Strange. This cuckoo clock is missing its hands. Those are pretty important pieces to go missing. Ah, one of the clock hands. That means the other one is hiding around here somewhere. Let's bring this clock hand to the cuckoo clock and see if it fits. This looks like the hand of a clock. I wonder what it's used for. The clock face opened. I wonder where it leads. Shall we enter the Fort Wasteland jail? Let's leave this dreadful place, please. I don't think Ian will be too happy if we erase all the spatters in the fort, Mickey. Goodness, it's a slobber. We better act quickly. Go for the mouth when it tries to suck us in. Excuse me, I do hate to interrupt, but Practical Pig needs you back in Ventureland. I believe this projector goes to the float yard. I wonder what Prescott is doing there. What a charming flower costume. Let's take it back to Clarabelle. Let's take this ruined flower costume to the haberdasher. Maybe he can do something with it. Oswald, your electricity can stun the beast. The mouth is its only weak point. Ian seems to have dropped some sort of costume. Bit small for either of you, I'd say. The jail door appears to be locked. Perhaps there's a key nearby. Ah, yes. It looks like it will take both of you to get this contraption running. Egads, that's not good. Someone must have tampered with the machine. Once it's activated, we should be able to head to the float yard. I never knew how resourceful blotlings could be. Do you suppose they had help? There simply must be a way into the fort. Now that the way is cleared, we ought to be heading to the float yard. How do you suppose Prescott came and went with all those spatters around? That's all of them. The bunny, children, and the fort are safe once again. It seems some good came of thinning that tree. It created a way into the fort. Prescott must have gone through here. We have to hurry before we lose him again. Gracious, that was quite a blast. It really did a number on that house over there. If we get the fireworks on the roof as well, we can make short work of this thing. Brilliant. The fireworks are now within reach. Take care of them, Oswald. Igniting the fireworks should open the way inside. Ooh, this place looks dangerous. Be careful, you two. Are those fireworks up there? That giant hand seems to be holding them aloft. More fireworks. You know what to do, Oswald. Well, it looks like that did it. Let's get in there and find Prescott. Oh, my. What has Prescott done to the float yard? We have to hurry, Mickey, before Prescott gets away again. We need to follow him. Let's try and find some way into that float. Well done. That seems to have gotten some of these old float pieces moving again. Ha! That door's already open. Let's keep going, shall we? Do you see that panel? Oswald, get to work. I do believe the mini-float is providing power to that hand up there. That switch isn't doing anything right now. I wonder what we missed. That's not enough. I think we need to find another one of those mini-floats. The door to that float is open, but how do we get past that all-seeing eye? That pesky eye slammed the door in our faces. How uncivil! Prescott's down this hallway. We should hurry. Look, Prescott is on top of that float. Now we can get some answers. Now where did he go? We've got to find him. The float is accessible. Let's put an end to this charade. If you want to make your way up to that window, you're going to have to do it unseen. Goodness gracious! There must be something around here to help you get past those thinner jets. If you can't shut them off, you'll have to find some way through them. That hand must be getting power from somewhere. Aha! The hand at the top of the float dropped the fireworks. Even more fireworks. Oswald, we're going to need your help up here. Prescott went through that window up there. We need to get to higher ground if we want to follow him. Look around that house for a way inside. Search high and low. Prescott was on top of the puppeteer float, correct? If we could get that thing working again, then maybe we could make our way up there. There's got to be another way past this thing. Leave no tune unthinned. We've got to find some way to open up that boat if we want to follow Prescott. There's something missing here. Look around for anything that seems out of place. There's no time to waste. Prescott is getting further away with each passing moment. We have to keep moving. There's no telling what trap Prescott might spring next. Prescott, stop these games this instant. Why did you sabotage the projectors? Mickey, if you fill up the tanks, we can end this charade. Quick, knock back the cannonball. Mickey, you need to fill the turret with paint or thinner. My word. Look at those tanks on the machine's backside. Oswald, once those tanks are full, reprogram them. I'd suggest stepping onto that switch over there. Oswald, you can reprogram the turret from the side. Well done, Oswald. The contents of the tanks are affecting that giant machine above us. Interesting. An amazing creation, used for evil purposes. What a shame. I hear machinery under these panels. We've got to break through. That did the trick. The projectile damaged the panels. Quickly, thin out the monster's armor and finish this. His armor is made of toon. That's his weakness, Mickey. The gear has no power. Quickly, Oswald, use your electricity. The gear needs power. Hurry and reprogram it, Oswald. I recognize these gears. Paint them in, and those big doors should close. Hurry, Oswald. Zap the gear to get it moving again. Where did it go? Keep an eye on the shadow. Don't stand still, Mickey. The junk is falling towards you. Hurry, Oswald. Zap the machine to make it stop. There's something inside the thinner bombs. Spin one and see. Oh, Prescott. I never wanted this to happen. He told you? Who are you talking about? Oswald, we have other worries besides the mad doctor. While you two were crossing through the utilidors, I took the time to search through the gag factory. I wanted to know why Prescott turned out so bad. While you two were crossing through the underground, I took the time to search through the gag factory. I wanted to know why Prescott turned out so bad. While you two were crossing through the underground, I took the time to search through the gag factory. I wanted to know why Prescott turned out so bad. Digging through the gag factory, I found these blueprints. Prescott helped oversee a construction site in Ventureland. He said he was helping the Spatters build homes. But if you look here, you'll see that it was actually a cover-up for something secret. Goodness, Daisy, lighten up on that chap, won't you? He feels like he's being forgotten once again. I'm sure we can help him if we find out what's behind Prescott's schemes. He's tough. He'll work through it. Oh, look! You found a mysterious giant pearl. I wonder what it's used for. Nicely done. You found Hook's giant pearl. Now you can give it to Damien Salt or Beluga Billy. Hook's old captain's quarters. Shall we enter? Shall we go and visit Daisy? Look at this. It's Hook's secret library. Do you want to head inside? Are we headed into the Pig Family Treehouse? Tiki Sam's shop. Let's go and see what he has to offer. What do you say? This is Tiki Sam's back room. Let's take a look, shall we? This tunnel leads to the expansion project. Do you want to go in? Would you like to enter the Spatter home? What do you say we head back outside? Good show, Mickey. You photographed Scurvy Pat holding the stolen compass. Caught him red-handed, you did. Mickey, if you thin out that platform, the Spatter hut will fall into the thinner. No one lives there, but I think Ian will be upset all the same. Let's head back and see if we can find another way forward. This projector isn't part of the main network. I wonder where it goes. Shall we see? How odd. The lift is missing a gear. Mr. Smee, did you take the gear from the lift? Do you think he'll fall for that? They won't let us in while there are enemies about. So, shall we head into the musty, dank, dark tunnel under the shop? Mickey, you didn't take care of the Beetleworks when you had the chance, and now they've attacked Ventureland. I'm so glad you rid the land of those beastly creatures. Now Ventureland can get back to normal. Brilliant! All the Beetleworks are taken care of, and the Blotling homes are saved. Let's go tell Daisy the good word. She should be back at her news station. All doors are locked while enemies are in the area. Matter of precaution. Let's take the gear back to the lift. It's next to the water wheel. Good show. Let's ride it up and see if we can find the entrance to the construction site. Look, it's the old Jungle Cruise attraction. If I'm correct, the construction site is just on the other side. Why, it's the backside of water. A lever. I wonder what it does. Amazing. You found another lever. Give it a spin. Did you hear that? It sounded like it came from somewhere near the Ventureland projector. What was this door doing under the thinner? Maybe we should investigate. These tiki heads used to open. I wonder if there's something more we need to do to see what's inside. Shortly before the quake hit, the 3 pigs moved into this treehouse. But now there's a rumor they went missing during the quakes. We should find out where they've gone off to. Starkey wanted us to destroy the crane, but I don't think that will help anyone. The proper thing to do would be to repair it. The Spatters deserve homes, don't you think? Gracious me, that was a big explosion. Guess that's that for the crane and the Spatterhomes. Oh, and it looks like the blast popped open that mysterious door. Maybe it leads to the secrets we need to uncover. It's working again. Ghost Ian will be quite pleased to hear about this. What's that mysterious door all about? Think we can get it open? That's a combat dummy the pirates use to practice their attacks on. Might we want to look around the train station? The train conductor has been known to hoard things like this, you know. The train station is next to Daisy's news station. We might as well start there. Daisy said the pirates gathered up Hook's old things, but you'll have to search for them. You know how pirates are about hiding treasure. Pirates like to hide things in any nook or cranny they can find. Have you looked behind absolutely everything? Almost there. Only one more to go. A clever pirate would hide their treasure where you least expect it. Maybe somewhere just out of reach. If you keep repairing the phone network, I'm going to make you an honorary gremlin. I'm sure we can find a way to sneak past Pete, or find some other way into the site. Good show, Mickey! The blotlings are safe now. How romantic. I'm very happy that we brought those lovebirds together. A little hard work never hurt anyone, eh, Mickey? Well, all the pigs know that now. You've found the last piece. Let's go talk to Daisy. I wonder why Smee broke the lift. Perhaps we should ask him. Although I'm sure Smee would be interested in them as well. Who shall we give them to? The Guardian siphon is, how do you say, kaput? And look at that! The explosion shut off the thinner curtain. Let's venture further into this forgotten land. Oh dear, the quakes are still happening. There must be more of those dastardly machines operating. Uh-oh, the quakes are becoming more severe. We need to stop those siphons for good. Once again, all 3 panels need to be reprogrammed in order to stop that machine. Marvelous. Now we just need to get the rest of the panels reprogrammed for this to work. I see. You're clogging up the machines with that junk. Good show. Keep up the good work. Ha-ha. Good show, Mickey. Now, let's plug up the rest of the vents and give that machine what for. Huh? Yippee! That was the last of them. Let's head back to the control tower and free those Guardians. The projector awaits at the top of the tower. This leads to the Mad Doctor's old attic? How odd. Well, shall we? Remember, this goes to the Mad Doctor's old attic. Shall we head there? Goodness gracious me! We need to stop those horrid machines! I've seen these motor cars before. You hit the action button to accelerate, the paint button to brake, and the thumbstick to steer. If it is, we could try taking out those panels on the side, or maybe we can plug up those vents. Look, another siphon. Let's expose those panels so Oswald can reprogram that dastardly machine. Okay, let's see about plugging up those vents, shall we? Autotopia! I don't understand. How did it even survive? And when you're not racing, use the button on the screen to exit the car. Oh, this used to be my favorite place to visit. And now look at it. But how could this be? No one's been here since the Thinner disaster. Wonderful! Now, let's reprogram those machine panels. That pressure plate exposed an access port. Quickly now, Oswald, look at these old parts. I say, maybe we can use them to plug up those vents. That's locked tight. Maybe if we spin the tumblers, we can slide the pin through. These pipeworks should be the way forward. But you two will have to work together to activate them. Another of those pipeworks, eh? Working together should allow us to figure it out. Shall we exit the car? Jamface said the cages were tied to those replicators. Let's try and find a solution, shall we? There were 2 of those machines next to all that thinner. We should get moving. Hurry! There's another one of those replicators near the entrance. We must be able to do something to shut those replicators down. It's imperative that we deal with that last replicator. Look everywhere. Are these costumes? They look far too big for the Mad Doctor to wear. What's this? The Mad Doctor's Wonderful World of Evil? Episode 1.01. Ugh, I don't understand. What are these cutouts used for? That didn't do anything. Was it because you reprogrammed the panel up there? Look, disabling the replicator sent a spark back toward that door. Watch out. Another charge is headed towards that big vault door. That's the last one, but I don't know if the door can take another hit. That seems to have shut this replicator down. Well done. You already took care of that replicator. Let's keep moving. Pay no mind. That one's disabled already. Repairing this box fixed the panel. Interesting. We need to free Jamface. Let's take care of those replicators. You restored power to those seats. I wonder what they were being used for. I do say this is an odd arrangement. What was the mad doctor trying to accomplish? If we repair some of these objects, we could use them to reach higher ground. I say, Mickey, that was uncalled for. I do hope Jamface will be all right. However, you did manage to open the door. Let's see if what lies beyond was worth it, shall we? Shall we investigate the ruins of the Mad Doctor's attraction? That pop-up book. He really was mad, wasn't he? My goodness! It's Gremlin Jamface! He's trapped in there! We've got to disable the last replicator! How odd! This is the Mad Doctor's old attic. But why is it connected to Autotopia? Ha-ha! Overloading the machine has knocked out all of its Beetleworks. Ha-ha-ha! We must disable all 3 Beetleworks replicators. Oswald needs help getting up here, Mickey. I wonder how he'll ever get out of that snow globe. Look here! This projector's set for the Mad Doctor's new attraction on Mean Street. It's starting up again! Don't let it grab you! Look out! The hand is charging! Hurry, chaps! We need to jump onto those pistons! Something must be done about those masks! We can't reach the masks from here! Let's move onto the pistons! I think you made it angry! Keep attacking! That monstrosity is too dizzy to stand! Be swift, Oswald! Well done! The machine is malfunctioning! Keep going! The more masks you paint, the more dizzy it becomes! The thinner is causing it to malfunction! Good show! Those masks must be tied into the control mechanism! We need to head upwards! Those pistons should make an adequate pathway! Climb onto those pistons and hurry! Mickey, you'll have to take care of those masks again!